Well, hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Well, this morning.
I feel like I'm Loki in Thor Ragnarok when Doctor Strange has him falling through portal hole after portal hole after portal hole, and he's back to the mansion, and he's like, I have been falling for 30 minutes. That's how I feel trying to get into the studio to do episode 142 of this show.
Well, technology decided that it wanted to take a big crap before we got started. So hopefully the bugs are out the way. We can have a smooth, rapid fire show to give the people what they want with no interruptions.
Yeah, that would be nice, but welcome to episode 142 of the Mizzle and Dub Show. He is Mizzle. I am Dub. And it was Victory Friday for him, Victory Monday for me. But before we get into all that, there is something I want to say. And this is where I'm going to get a little bit personal for a minute.
Speak your mind, my
But
brother. Speak your mind.
but this is to a longtime supporter of this is a longtime supporter of the show and a dear friend of Mizzle and myself. Um, Even though we go back and forth because we do not like the basketball team that he supports, but he is part of Raider Nation with Mizzle. Um, but nonetheless, for you, one Gregory Pace, I say this to you, my friend. In Isaiah, it says he was bruised for our iniquities, wounded for our transgressions, and the chastisement of his peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. I saw your announcement that you posted, and first off, myself along with Mizzle want to say that we are praying for you, and you're not going through this fight alone. But let me encourage you with this: Jesus already left you his peace, and he's already left you his healing. What you need to do is receive it, claim it, and more importantly than anything else, believe it. You got two little boys that you have to provide for and be fathers to. And I will say this, and I say this with authority in Jesus' name. You will live. You will not die. You will see your two sons make good. And more importantly than all that, somebody that you come across, somebody in your inner circle, somebody has to see a miracle from God work through you. So why not let it be you? So they can see God for themselves through the miracle through you. Speak your healing, profess your healing, but more importantly than all that, believe in the healing. It's there. Now, Mizzle and I love you. You have our support. You have our prayers. But just remember, it ain't what it looked like. You don't have to go through this alone. Just remember that by his stripes, you are healed. And plus, I need somebody to go back and forth with because I like talking crap about your basketball team, and I can't do that if you're not here. So, Gregory Pace, we love you. We're praying for you. And this is just a side stone because just remember, life is nothing but a testimony, and your testimony will help save somebody else's life. But it would be wrong of me if we didn't come on our show and show our support to our friend that we've known since the ninth grade at Fairfield High, where we were all on the blacktop playing basketball and seeing big man run the point guard. So, to you, my friend,
Yes.
pulling for you. We love you, praying for you. God bless you. And And I'll let
Yes.
Mizzle say what he has to say if he has anything to say.
I mean, there's nothing too much, pretty much to say after that, brother. You nailed it. Just just know that, like you just said, always in our prayers. You know, it's it's sad to hear that though, but as you hear the information, we take the information, we do what we have to do with the information, and we strive on and we leave it with the big guy. Leave it with the big guy, leave it in his hands. He's gonna take care of it. But as Dub say, man, we love you. We're my ears are always open. I tell this to anybody that's close or near dear to me. If you need anything to get off the chest, want to talk about, I'll just listen. I don't even have to speak. You can use these ears of mine. My mom made me a great listener with that. I can listen to anything. I don't care what it is. If you just want to get on the phone and just as an adult, I know as men we're not supposed to, but damn it, if you just want to cry, I'll listen. But on real, we're here for you, brother. Praying for you. This is just one step to the better step to the healing process.
Here's what I say to this about men not supposed to cry. It clearly said in the Bible, Jesus wept. Last I checked, Jesus was the Son of Man, was the Son of God. And I know he
I
ain't no
understand,
punk.
but I know you got to know what society. We're saying what society. A lot of us don't know about what the Bible says and what goes on. We just know what society teaches us. Certain society teaches us a man is not supposed to show his emotions.
Well, society has some other stuff that's ass backwards, but we're not going to get into that because we can do a whole show on ass backwards society. Exactly. That motion says it all. Now, back to what this show is all about. Sports and
don't make that statement. This show is about everything. We call it the Mizzle and Dub show. We don't put nothing sport. I know we're sports affiliate, but this is our platform to talk whatever the hell we want, when we want, how we want. And if nobody likes it, you know what you can do. Unsubscribe. I really don't care. This is what me and my brother want to do. So we shared about a passionate moment about our best friend. Sorry if that's not sports for you, but this is our platform. And we want to reach out to our brother and let him know that we are thinking about him all the time. And like Dub said, even though he's going through this battle, he ain't going through it alone. So don't never say back to what this is about. This show is about everything, not just sports. You remember the show, our most viewed show. I ain't got to speak upon it. Our most viewed show. So this is more than this sports show. This is a platform. We just happen to talk about sports.
Oh,
my bad. I just didn't like how you said that. My bad. I didn't mean to go off like that. But never say that about. Now let's get back to what this is all about. No, we talk about everything.
By the way,
because I'm gonna talk about Jonathan Majors in a minute, so we can get to the sports. But I'm gonna talk about what Marvel and what they did to Jonathan Majors, so we can get back to the sports side of the show.
By the way, fuck cancer.
100, 1,000, 1,000. And we'll get to that punk ass team in a minute, bro. Hold your horses. This is our show. You just sit and watch.
And yes, by the way, Kevin Feige, you got some explaining to do.
We'll get to that.
No. Since I mean, it's already underneath your block. Let's you know what.
They didn't waste no time. They didn't waste no time. What's third degree? So he shoved the woman off of him to protect himself, and he ran. Now, unless they got other footage that I don't know about that they presented, All I know is that the man was trying to get away from somebody that was trying to abuse him, and he get charged and then loses a job. I don't understand that. Marvel must gotta have some kind of more information on top of what TMZ is showing us. And did you hear the video? The video when he was talking to her, where she came to the house all good. You know, I'm like this and that with it. It was almost like he was trying to tell her to have some class, knowing that there's money at the house. Don't come to the house drunk. But then again, it was almost like he was trying to tell her what to do. But on the other side of it, it's like, I get it. Don't fuck the money up. But damn it, you knew this is the type of person you were with. But I don't. What was the reason why I went to go see the last Ant-Man movie, my brother?
Kang.
I was so waiting for this character, and they got it right. I mean, well, Marvel damn near always gets it right. They got like a 98% ratio with the actors they get to play the characters. But this dude, they had a whole dynasty built around this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was going to be lit.
He was the next version of Thanos in the MCU, yes.
Yes.
Phase
they gave you a
Phase 6 and 7 was going to all be about Kang, yes.
Yes. And they gave you the slight preview of him in Loki before he came to Ant-Man. So that's why I wanted to go see Ant-Man, because of what I saw in Loki. And I'm like, oh shit, this dude about to be bad. Like, how you go from Thanos to Kang? It's like, dude. So now we get Avengers 5. It's just going to be called Avengers 5. It won't be called the Kang Dynasty because they're going to completely write him off. And I believe they're going to start building around Doctor Doom, which I am not upset with at all.
No, not at all.
But they did Jonathan Majors dirty. As soon as that verdict came out, they sent that brother packing. That's cold.
But yet, fans were pissing in their pants when they casted Robert Downey Jr. to play Iron Man. But yet, Kevin Feige stuck to his balls, stuck to his guns, and in a sense, the character of Tony Stark in Iron Man saved Robert Downey's life and his career. Because RDJ was floundering in Hollywood, and he was more for getting in trouble with the law. But yet, I really hate to be this guy. I do. I don't like being this guy. I don't. But how is it? And again, I do not, in my soul, have a racist bone to anybody. But how is it you'll stick with RDJ as a white man, but yet, man of color, the slightest bit, he's even accused, not even prosecuted, not even convicted.
Yeah, they was ready to fire him before they were ready to fire him before the conviction.
Just accused.
Yep.
They will. Gotta get rid of him. Can't keep him. No. But
then again, he did lay hands on a woman. Robert Downey Jr. just had drug issues and law things.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not trying to compare, but there's no but. He put hands on a woman, and we know you don't do that. So
I was saying is we don't condone a man putting it. That was my butt. We don't. On the show, we do not condone putting hands on a woman. We don't.
No. Now, if that's the sole purpose of the reason why they were firing him. Okay. All right. But let's be honest. There's a lot of things that goes on behind Disney doors that was probably way worse than what Jonathan Majors done. So
Okay. Okay. Let's let Let's not get into the story of how many pedophiles are working at Walt Disney inside the Magic Kingdom. Oh, we don't want to.
not doing that. Not doing
We
that.
don't want to do that. No, 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 no. No,
I'm not
no,
doing that.
don't do that. But they
I'm just
had
upset that I'm just more upset that Marvel how they did it. It was the instant that verdict came out, and the next thing after every tabloid said that he got convicted of it, boom, here comes Marvel. Just it waiting. It's like they were waiting. So I don't condone that he did, but here's the thing, Dub. If he was protecting himself, what is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do if she's attacking him and he used brute force to stop this woman from putting hands on him, and it was a shove. They're saying he shoved her. He shoved her. It ain't like he went full blown backhanded her like Ike did Tina.
yeah. He did not do the Ike Turner. He did not Ike her. And
So
fortunately, fortunately for Mr. Majors, he did not get Tina because Tina went straight for the nuts and beat Ike's ass in the limo, as we all saw in the movie.
The greatest scene in any American movie history.
She's like, "Come on, Ike! Come on, Ike! Come on, Ike!" And Ike was
And then
screaming
after
to the
that,
heavens for help because
when they walked into the hotel together, now that was classic too. The inside the limo, and then when they walked up to the oh, okay. All right. That was my Marvel rant. Marvel had me here with Kane. Now I understand what he did. If that's what they're now, we don't know what is in the contract. Maybe something that they have in their contract is you can't do this or you can't be a part of it. So I don't know.
Possibility.
But I kind of feel it was just shady, real quick. But now they had me here with Kane because I was ready for it, and I was like, yes. And hopefully it is Dr. Doom. And they better not replace Silver Surfer. I'm not being sexist here, but with a woman. Don't do it. Don't do that, Marvel. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's almost like trying to say Wade Wilson can't get in Disney and cuss. You don't PG-13 Wade Wilson. You don't do that. And you don't PG-13 Blade. You don't. Those are two characters you just don't tone down. You turn them up. You can't tone them down. Yes.
Kevin Feige. Need I remind you, the Daywalker, Wesley Snipes, is the reason why you have a studio in the first place. He's the reason why there is an MCU. Because he made Marvel Studios
Robert
money.
Downey Jr. though. Everybody gonna say Robert Downey Jr. See?
Real Marvel fans know.
Oh well,
it was Wesley in 1998 that put your studio on the map, not Robert Downey Jr.
And what was the rating of that movie?
The Daywalker. It was rated R.
And what was the rating? Ooh.
R.
And after the next successful Marvel movie that was rated R, that made them a ton of money was who?
Blade 2.
And there's another character and there's another character that went rated R for Marvel that made them a ton of money, and his name is
Logan. Which Mizzle has given them which Mizzle gave them 12 stars out of 10. 12 out of 10.
When you get my I don't know how old DeAndre was at this time that movie came out. But when I say a certain word and my little boy looks over to me and say, Dad, if I can say what you just said for this scene, I would say it. That's why that movie got a 12 out of freaking 10. It was great. And if you ain't seen it, it was a scene where Professor Xavier had the whole hotel in there in the freeze frame, and Logan was walking through, and when he took the blades and he put it to the dude's head and it went through, and I was like, shit. Okay, let's get. Oh, but before we get off the last, there's one more character who was
by the
rated
way,
R. There's one more character. One more.
Which by the way, my nephew was 8 years old.
Oh, okay. Yes. So he was 8 at the time, and I took him to see Logan. Yes, it was rated R, and people gave me flack. And what I tell them is that 8-year-old boy at the time is way mature than a lot of adults at 8.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Have a conversation with him now, and I guarantee you will understand what I'm talking about.
Just don't make the boy mad.
Thank you. There's one more character that did a rated R movie that bought Marvel money, and his name is
the greatest asshole of all time, Wade Wilson.
Rest my case. None of their little other little movies that they made PG and kind of borderline with the words, but they're rated R movies. Why? Because us adults that were kids now adults, we read the NC-17 comic books. We know what those characters are capable of and what they should be. And that's why Marvel makes the money, because they finally figured out how to do certain things. And guess what? Blade is rated R and Deadpool 3 is rated R because the Mouse House ain't stupid. Now let's get to sports.
Well, it was slow building, slow in the sense of a game, but at the end, when Drew Lock needed to make a play, he made a play, and Jackson Smith-Njigba ran a go route and got by Bradbury, and Drew Lock put it right in the wheelhouse, and the Seahawks did my team a solid, did my team a favor, gave the Eagles their third consecutive loss as the Seahawks beat the Eagles 20-17. Eagles go to 10-4. Seahawks keeping their slim playoff hopes alive at 7-7. And the whole NFC playoff picture just goes wacky round and round.
Who picked who on that game?
As we now come into
Oh, his technology is having a freaking difficulty already. See, I knew we should have just talked sports in the straight beginning. Somebody's frozen, and it's not me. Well, since I have a hot set. Okay. Who picked who in that game?
Well, actually, you and I had very good weeks, but we differed in 2 games. Oh, I got you on both. Okay. Oh
shit.
But here's the thing. By the way, you did pick the Eagles. I picked the Seahawks. You picked the Giants. I got the Saints. But
you wanted the Seahawks to win, though. That's why you needed that win.
I know.
That's right.
But however, record is 117-63. and my record is 112-69. So you still have a 6.5 game lead on me, even with the good week that I had, even picking up 2 games.
I think I gave you that Eagles Seahawk game. I know I should have picked the Seahawks, but I think I gave you that one. I might have to go back and look at the film.
With the current playoff format in the National Football Conference, right now, it is Niners 1 seed, Cowboys 2 seed, Lions 3 seed, 4th seed is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 5th seed is the Eagles, 6th seed is the Vikings, and the
that far back.
The Eagles, yeah. And the doggone Inglewood Rams have the final playoff spot right now.
I text that to you because you know why? For some odd reason, if it becomes the Niners and Rams before it don't matter what their record is.
Well, I will say this. The Niners do not want to play the Rams if the Rams have to win to get in, because you don't want the Rams to get in. Now, it almost cost the Rams back in 2021 when they were trying to not let the Niners get in the playoffs. But then again, James Richard Garoppolo was the quarterback and couldn't throw for shit because he had a bandage on his fucking thumb, whatnot.
Is that the interception he threw backwards?
To which DeMichael Hasty decided to tip up the ball in the air and just fell into the hands of Leonard Floyd. Yeah, that. To which, again, I don't know, Garoppolo just throw the ball away. But that's also
take the sack. Or take the sack.
And that's also the same game to where Deebo Samuel did not touch the ball for the last 12 minutes and 42 seconds of the ball game. But I digress. Anyhow, Eagles are leaking oil. They're reeling.
Yes, they are. I agree with that. I agree with that statement.
They are leaking big time.
They should have beat the Seahawks.
Hurts playing hurt. Threw for 143. Rushed for 2 TDs, but the 2 interceptions came back to bite him. Kenneth Walker III is a grown man with his tremendous 23-yard touchdown run, which was a fantastic run.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Just unbelievable.
Indeed.
Now we already ad verbatim talked about what happened on Thursday with the Raiders, the Chargers. We don't need to go over that again because we did it verbatim.
I mean, we could.
Going. I know. Going back to Saturday's games, the Bengals find a way to beat the Vikings in overtime.
And Browning let him know. Yeah, that clip on him on the sideline. I don't know what's up with these quarterbacks playing former teams or whatever. It's a lot of shit talking going on this week. Well, there was a lot of shit talking this week in football.
But unfortunately, it came at a price. Jamar Chase will be out with some time with an injury. That's unfortunate. But the Bengals 8-6, playing well since Joe Burrow has been hurt. We thought Tomlin was going to prove us wrong again because they had a 13-0 lead, but the Colts come back and score 30 unanswered, and they maintain their playoff spot 8-6, which now Mike Tomlin has said, Mason Rudolph, you're up, you're next. He's benching Trubisky. Steelers at 7-7. DeMonte Kaze is now being suspended for the season with his hit on Michael Pittman Jr. So we'll see what happens.
That was nasty. That was nasty. It was a little.
It was almost Montez Perfect Antonio Brown like many moons ago.
Yeah,
and some say AB hasn't been the same since. But one thing that did make me so happy was the Detroit Lions getting their 10th win of the season in dominating fashion over the John Elways, 42-17. Jared Goff was the very good Jared Goff, as Jared Goff threw for Yeah,
5 of them
that would be
things.
5 touchdowns. He
Hey,
threw for
how many
5.
Laporta get? How many did Laporta get?
Sam Laporta caught 3 of them. Had a nice hat trick.
I knew it. I knew it. That's a bad.
5.
Next to him and Michael Mayer, I would have not been mad with drafting for as a tight end. Them two are like one A, one B. You couldn't go wrong with
Yes.
either one of them.
Yeah, Sam Laporta is going to have a very good career if he stays healthy for a very, very long time. He is very, very good from Tight End University, which is known as the Iowa Hawkeyes. Goff finished the day 24, 34, 278, 5 touchdowns, no picks. Jahmyr Gibbs ran the ball 11 times for 100 yards. David Montgomery, 17 for 85. Amon-Ra St. Brown just continues to be a football player. 7 catches,
Give me
a buck
points.
12, and did his best Ernest Givens impression of flipping in the end zone. But again, kudos to Dan Campbell and Mr. Holmes. 10-win season for the Detroit Lions. And
Wow.
a chance to get closer to their first division title since 1993 when
Can they clinch it
I was
this week coming up?
11. And this week they have the 2 times in the last 3 weeks. If they beat the Vikings, it's quite possible they can clinch the division in the Twin Cities this upcoming Sunday on Christmas Eve of Week 16.
He'll have them prepared.
The Dolphins shut up the Jets 3-0, although it cost them Tyreek Hill, who did not play, but he may be back. But
the Zach
Jalen
Wilson
Waddle
experience was that quick.
He left the game with a concussion, and thus Trevor Siemian needed a hope and a prayer, and it did not go so well. Tua was very efficient.
I told you about Jalen Waddle. I told you Waddle was going to step up.
Tua Tagovailoa. Well, yeah, he stepped up in a big way with 8 catches for $142 and 1 touchdown. Most found the end zone twice. Tua was efficient, 21 to 24, 224, 1 touch, no interception. As the Dolphins go to 10-4, holding on to the number 2 slot in the AFC. No CJ Stroud. Case Keenum comes off the bench and leads the Texans to a big win in overtime over the Titans. 19-16 as the Texans go to 8-6. Titans go to 5-9. Devin Singletary ran the ball very well, 26 carries for $121 as the Texans bounce back and get their 8th win of the year. And in the Bay of Pigs, have yourself an afternoon Baker Mayfield. He was the very good Baker Mayfield on this day. 22 of 28, 381 yards and 4 touchdown passes. Chris Godwin, remember him? 10 catches for $155 to lead the Buccaneers. Moore had 2 for 68 and a touchdown. Mike Evans, 4 for 57 and a touchdown. Rashad White caught 2 balls for 50 yards and touchdown. And Cole Keith caught the other one. But he was spreading the love around as many Buccaneers caught many different passes. Tampa Bay maintains their first place edge in the NFC South. And of course, we know that makes one Country K, Kawante Foster, very, very happy.
Very happy.
Shout out to our friends, the All Pro Jaffos, JP and Country K, as they actually got back on the field this past Saturday.
Tremendous game. I was there. It was nice. Little tension from both sides of the field, but it was good. It was good to see some different type of football.
Saints get back on track. They beat the Giants 24-6. Derek Carr was the efficient Carr, 23 of 28 for 218 and 3 TDs. Kamara led the way with receiving and rushing as the Giants winning streak ends. They're at 5-9. The Saints at 7-7 on the year. For a game, you could go there for 45 cents, turn into a game-winning field goal for the Panthers.
That's crazy.
As Chris Tabor gets his first win, as Eddie Pinheiro gets the game-winning field goal as the Panthers beat the Falcons 9-7. And once again, like Deion Sanders always used to say, the Falcons break my heart. And they do it once again, losing 9-7. Falcons now 6-8. And it almost
picked the Falcons too.
We both picked Atlanta.
Damn it.
We both picked Atlanta. It almost
Damn
looked that way for the Browns, but the Browns rallied in the fourth quarter, shutting out the Bears 13-0 as the Bears had a 10-point lead going into the
boy,
fourth
that
quarter,
Hail
but it
Mary though. The
almost
Hail
came into
Mary.
fruition.
Oh man. Just catch
And
it.
despite the fact that Joe Flacco threw 3 interceptions, he threw for 374 yards, and the Browns were able to
Ooh.
overcome it. And the Cleveland Browns get their 9th win of the season, which means officially a winning season for the Cleveland Browns. Kudos to Kevin Stefanski.
Indeed.
They beat the Bears
Yes.
20-17. Bears go to 5-9. We'll just do it quickly. Chiefs beat the Patriots 27-7.
That game was weird.
As had just enough to the Commanders 28-20. Sam Howell gets benched for Jacoby Brissett. Brissett leads them 2 touchdowns late in the game. But the Rams have to give them credit. Kyron Williams has solidified the run game for the Rams. 27 carries, a buck 52, and a touchdown. And the Rams currently holding the last playoff slot in the NFL. That means they would play the Cowboys if the playoffs were to start today. And speaking of the Cowboys, they laid a big fat egg in Orchard Park, New York, and James Cook ran like he was 25 carries, a buck 79, and a touchdown. Jared Allen only threw the ball 15 times in that game. He was 7-15 for 94 yards and a touchdown. He didn't need to throw the ball when James Cook was running the way he was running. He was running with fantastic authority.
Cook was the whole show.
Oh, yeah. It was all about, well, when you average 7.2 yards a carry, that does help.
Ooh.
In your 25 carries for 179
on
yards.
On a good Cowboy defense at that.
On a very Cowboy defense. Cowboys go to 10-4, but Cowboys still have the lead in the NFC East. Bills go to 8-6. A big win for them to stay in the race. And the Jaguars and the Ravens handle business in Jacksonville 23-7, although unfortunately for the Ravens, it cost them
that was
running
nasty.
Back, as Keaton Mitchell had 9 carries for 73 yards, but unfortunately he's out for the season. As the reports are, it's more than likely a torn ACL, which is unfortunate because
nasty.
Keaton Mitchell has ran very, very well for the Ravens this year, and the Ravens on a big Monday nighter next week. But we will preview that for later on today, as we will do our picks later on today after Mizzle and I have taken naps and work. So stay tuned. Episode 143 will be strictly Week 16, giving our picks and talking about whatever else we want to talk about. And of course, the Niners put up another 40 burger and officially clinched the NFC West for the second year in a row for the 22nd time in history.
Jesus.
Early in the season, I said Christian McCaffrey is the MVP, and I still feel that way. Finds the end zone again. He's got 20
not if Tyreek Hill get 2,000 yards. I'm sorry, Tyreek get 2,000 yards.
No. If Tyreek gets 2,000, without question, he's the MVP. I'm not going to argue that.
Clear cut.
Yeah. Purdy, 16-25, 242, 4 touchdowns. McCaffrey,
efficient,
18 carries, a buck 15 and a touchdown. McCaffrey, leading receiver, 5 catches, 72 yards, 3 touchdowns. And oh, by the way, Kyler Murray was in a giving mood, threw a pick 6, threw for 211. James Conner had 14 carries, 86 yards. McBride, 10 catches, a buck 02. But the Niners holding on to the current number 1 seed in the NFC.
That's good. That would be good.
So right now in the AFC, the seedings are as follows. The Ravens are the 1 seed, Dolphins 2 seed, Chiefs the 3 seed, Jacksonville 4, Cleveland going on to the 5 spot. Cincinnati now is the 6 seed by way of their tiebreaker over the Colts, and the Colts holding on to the last playoff spot. But the Texans, the Bills, the Steelers, the Broncos, And even your Raiders are still right there in the thick of things for that last wild card spot in the
That's
AFC.
why Sunday games just makes it so important. It's gonna be tough.
Especially,
We are in Missouri. It's gonna be tough.
especially Sunday games. This upcoming Sunday has a huge implications. Real quickly, recap to the NBA. We have final scores. In overtime, Cavaliers beat the Rockets 135-130. The Clippers put up a buck 51 in Indiana against the Pacers. Bulls beat the Sixers by 4, 108-104. And
Oh,
the
listen to
losing
that game.
continues for
It
the
hurt.
Pistons. It's now 24 in a row, I think, for the Pistons as the Hawks beat them 130 to 124.
It
130 to
is.
124. Timberwolves
That was a good game too.
Timberwolves beat the Heat 112 to 108. Raptors beat the Hornets 114 to 99. Thunder beats the Grizzlies 116 to 97. The Nuggets handle the Mavericks 130 to 104 in the game that features both Mr. Triple Doubles in Luka Doncic and the Joker. Although the Joker didn't play that much, he only played 20 minutes and almost had a triple double. He had 8 points, 7 assists, and 9 rebounds. Almost had one. Luka Doncic was 3 assists away from a triple double. He had 38 and 11 with 8 assists. As Denver goes to 18 and 10, and the Mavericks at 16 and 10, and the Jazz beat the Nets 25 to 108 in a game that team and laws that we don't like.
They really hung that banner, huh? They really hung that banner.
You hung it next to the champion.
They really hung that banner. I just can't wait to see Charles Barkley talk about them hanging that banner. That is going to be just very entertaining for me. They really hung that banner.
Championship banners.
Oh, just must be around the time that. Are you there, brother? Can, well, I'll just say that they treated this thing like, but I get why they did it because I guess the in season tournament is going to be played next season. So if the Lakers win it again, add another year to it. But I kind of like what I saw. Someone mentioned that they should have hung that banner in El Segundo at the training facility. Oh God. I read that and I was like, wow. But they treated it like, and you said they hung it right next to the championship. I didn't pay no mind. I totally forgot they were doing it tonight. Oh, oh,
For who?
oh.
For what? Kobe Bean Bryant would have been like, what the hell, out of his grave. You see that video where he
Stop it.
says, we don't put up Western Conference banners. We don't put up division banners. We only put up one banner, and that's World Champions.
Championships. Larry.
But
That's what I play
no,
for.
we're going to put up a banner for the NBA Cup.
Hey, and what if they never win it again?
First off, that would make me very happy.
Well, hell, all these what we like I said, we can rewind a few shows. I already said, give it to the Lakers or give it to Boston. That's the only shit they winning this year. Well, they gave it to the Lakers. They ain't winning. They ain't winning the one that count. And you know, certain these Laker fans. Well, we didn't win it, Larry, but we won the end season. Really, really, you are not allowed to ever talk sports to me again. You can never sit next to me and say we're going to talk sports. I
Don't
got to
talk
deal
to
with the
me.
Mickey Mouse Trophy. I got to deal with the Mickey Mouse Trophy. Now I got to
Don't
deal with
talk
the
to
end season championship.
don't talk to me about no in-season championship in December. Don't talk to me about that. Only
They
thing we
gonna
should be
talk
talking
to you
about
at
in
the end of the
this,
year when they don't win it. We gonna hear this in the
if you're
summer.
gonna talk, if you're gonna talk to me in December, talk to me about my doggone birthday. We can talk about that, but don't talk to me about no in-season championship in
It's
freaking
coming,
December. Get out of here with that.
bro. You already see they popping bottles and putting up banners. I'm just waiting for a ring
But you,
ceremony, and then I'll be.
but
I'll wait for a ring ceremony.
if they do that, I am begging for Stephen A. Smith and Charles Barkley and Mike Wilbon to go in balls deep on them.
Well, Charles Barkley by already about to roast him for hanging up the banner. That's what I'm waiting on.
Tune into Inside the NBA and hear Chuck go off. It will be great quality television.
Oh boy. I would have respected them more if they said they celebrate winning the money. I'd have been like, okay, hey, all right, we're good. I understand you played hard for the money, but popping bottles and hanging banners. I don't even want the Sixers or the Warriors to ever win the in-season tournament. F that. Don't bring that. I don't want it. I want them to win, but just not that.
They drunk champagne out of the trophy, Mizzle. They gave them medals. They gave them medals.
Oh, that's the rings right there. So there won't be a ring ceremony. They gave them medals. That was the ring. Okay.
I would not put it past Jeannie Buss to give them. I wouldn't put it past her.
Bro,
Now,
if they
I'm not
really have
saying
a
Dr.
ring
Buss would have
ceremony, if they really do a ring ceremony, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How much more can we try to make LeBron better than Jordan, right? We're not going to do that. Well, I'm saying not we. They're not going to do that. They can't do that. There shall not be a ring ceremony. They gave them necklaces and money and a cup to put next to their little, next to the other. See, how is that cup gonna look next to the Larry? And that's gonna know that you're not gonna win that for a while. You're gonna put that cup right next to the Larry, and you're gonna walk and look, ladies and gentlemen. The last time the Lakers win something that really count, they got the Mickey Mouse one right next there, so that's an asterisk. So don't even count that one. We're not gonna. Well, We're not going to count that one. Laker fans are going to count that one. I totally understand. I get it. I get it. Kobe Bryant is the last one to win you guys a real Larry O'Brien trophy, and that's how I feel. So if LeBron wins you guys a full one in the full season, then I would say the Lakers got a full championship, and LeBron did it. We got a trifecta with the mic.
Los Angeles Lakers. You can suck it. You can suck it. You can suck it. And pretty soon, the LA Clippers will become, indeed, the Inglewood Clippers. Okay, but see.
Well, because it's a real championship. And at the end season, do they got it? All the WNBA got an in-season tournament too? I did not know that.
Everybody's playing for a commission. Everybody's playing for a Commissioner's Cup. Yeah.
I didn't know they raised banners for that too. I'm laughing at that too. As you were saying, though, brother.
See, so we have an NBA Cup and we have okay. Do they drink champagne or wine or Moscato out of the Governor's Cup?
There is a Governor's Cup in the WNBA.
Do they drink champagne? Do they drink champagne out of the Governor's Cup? If they do, I'm walking. If they do, I'm walking off the set right now. If they do that. I will walk off this set and go pour me a drink if they actually drink champagne out of that Governor's Cup. One minute.
I can't wait. I'm sorry. I'm more laughing at my brother and his reactions right now that he literally just walked off. Excuse me. Oh, that was good. That was good. That was good. I needed that. Oof. Yeah. Yeah.
Why are we going all in for in-season tournaments?
Because that's the only thing because maybe that's a certain thing that these other teams can win. That's the opportunity for these lower class. Just saying, maybe some of these lower class teams can get some kind of feel of winning a tournament and not the big thing, and that's the closest that they might get. Who knows? I don't know. The basketball courts just cracks me up how they just set up these courts.
Those are the ugliest things on television. No,
well, it's only that way. It's only that way when a certain team jersey blends in with the floor, and it's like you're trying to focus, but it's like these floors are just not meshing with these uniforms. Certain ones were nice. I can be biased on one of them. The Warriors court was nice. I'll be biased. Yeah. With that. I even said the Kings was kind of nice.
Yeah.
It was a few out there that was nice.
But the one in Vegas for the semi and the championship, no.
Oh, that was
Just
hideous.
no,
That one was hideous. Yeah,
extremely hideous. That, okay,
that one was
uh, uh,
horrible.
enough talk about this in-season tournament crap because I've just had enough. But
Okay,
before we say farewell for this episode of 142, and by the way, catch us later on for 143 as we will give our picks and preview Week 16 of the NFL and
it's coming.
some more college bowl games. Um,
Yes.
First off, rest in peace to former North Carolina Tar Heel great Eric Montross, who was a part of the 1993 national championship team. Of course, played in the NBA mainly with the
Great
Boston
team.
Celtics. Um, uh, Gone at the age of 52, just too doggone young. Um, our prayers to Tar Heels, to his former Tar Heels teammates, and of course the Tar Heel basketball community, as the key member of the 1993 national championship team, Eric Montross, gone at the young age of 52. Our prayers and condolences to
Nice
his North
NBA
Carolina
career
family
too.
and solid NBA career. And of course,
Yeah.
big part of the Tar Heels national championship team. Dean Smith's last championship in 1993, oddly enough, where he won his first in New Orleans, Louisiana, at the old Superdome.
Mm-hmm.
A true end of an era took place on Saturday at the Armory in Minneapolis, Minnesota, as Showtime hosted its last episode of Showtime Championship Boxing. Um, it was hard to not see that Jim Gray was trying his very hard not to lose his composure and cry, because Jim Gray
It
has been a
was.
staple on Showtime Championship Boxing, along with a lot of guys. Of course, it began back in 1986. Of course, it was the main network for Mike Tyson for so many years, Evander Holyfield for so many years, and of course,
Floyd.
and later on Canelo, um, and a lot of boxers underneath the PBC banner, and a lot
Mm-hmm.
under the
Mm-hmm.
Mayweather Promotions banner. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, for many years, Steve Albert, the Fight Doctor, the late great Fernie Pacheco, and Bobby Criz were the big three on Showtime. Um, Basically, to answer your question, is because Viacom and they just did not want to pay the money, and plus you got boxing on the Zone, you got boxing on ESPN Plus and ESPN, and Showtime
Now
just felt like they
Amazon.
were, and now Amazon Prime. Showtime just felt like it passed them. Like I said,
Yeah.
for guys like me and Mizzle, we grew up on Showtime Championship Boxing. We grew up on HBO World Championship Boxing. And if you would have told us when we were 10 that down the road we would have no boxing on Showtime and HBO, we would say, get the hell out of here. You're full of shit.
HBO After
But
Dark. Boxing After Dark on HBO. That was a lick.
yeah,
You can always catch it at like 10, maybe a
yeah.
midnight showing. There was always
I,
boxing. Yes.
I mean, it's almost getting to the point to where you almost kind of miss Larry Merchant just talking nonsense for 5 minutes, and you go take a quick 5-minute nap.
It'll still
I
be
mean,
paused.
it's yeah, but I mean, great memories of Showtime Championship Boxing. Of course, for me, one of the all-time greatest fights that I ever watched took place on Showtime when the late Diego Corrales took on Jose Luis Castillo. The first fight, one of the greatest fights I ever watched live as it happened. That fight was amazing. Of course, Showtime was where you saw the legend that was Andre Ward in that Super Six tournament, and showed why he's one of the best pound for pound of all times. I have said this so many times on this show. If you really want to see the true skill of Andre Ward, you type up in YouTube the Super Six, and you will see you will see him go to work, as he clearly handily won that tournament hands down. But I mean, we know
Well, you know,
boxing
you
will
can
go
go as
on.
far back as what Pernell Whitaker, Tito
Yes.
Trinidad.
Yes.
Yeah, oh my.
Even Julio Cesar Chavez was a big
Yeah,
Showtime fighter.
Lennox Lewis. I mean, we can sit here and
Lennox,
talk about all the classic. I mean, man,
but
man.
it truly is the end of an era. I mean, we know boxing will continue. Like we said,
Oh, of
PBC
course.
has signed a deal with Amazon Prime. You still got Top Rank on ESPN, and you got Golden
Mm-hmm.
Boy on DAZN. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, you have to stream to find these things. But it's just a
It's not on
sad,
basic cable no more. No
yeah,
more basic cable.
it's just sad because, like I said, for a lot of us, we grew up on Showtime World Championship Boxing and HBO World Championship Boxing, and the fact that we now have to refer to them in the past tense is just a sad, sad thing. But we will say to fair, but as we say farewell to Showtime Championship Boxing, to Showtime. Thank you for giving us some awesome memories. Thank you for Steve Albert, for Barry
Indeed.
Tompkins, Roll Manala doing play-by-play or blow-by-blow all these years. To the late Nick Charles from CNN, who started Showbox and was the original voice for Showbox until he passed from cancer, which led to the great Barry Tompkins to continue the mantle that Nick Charles started with Showbox. To Gus Johnson, who was boxing's voice for a long time on Showtime, to Steve Albert, longtime voice. I mean, it's just a sad, sad day. And so we say thank you to Showtime for 37 tremendous years of boxing on Showtime. Of course, the very first fight that they aired was Marvelous Marvin Hagler against John the Beast Mugabe, and that itself was an absolute war. If you have not seen
so
John the Beast,
tell me, you might have been 4, but I was 3 years old when they started. Wow.
I was 3.5 years old. Yeah.
Wow.
That's how long it's been. But nonetheless, even though technology has tried to make us mad, we're able to get in episode 142 of the Mizzle and Dub Show. And don't forget, later on today or early morning tomorrow, you'll get episode 143. We will give our picks and preview week 16 of the NFL as we are getting that close to the playoff.
It goes by
Special thanks.
Fast.
Yeah, it does. Special thanks to EJ Mizzle and Daryl for leaving some comments in the comment frame. Pretty soon, we now know that we can go live on Instagram. So not only will we go live here, but we'll also go live on our Instagram live page, so our Instagram viewers can watch the show. It is the Mizzle and Dub Show. But special thanks to our subscribers. Special thanks to our people that chimed in the chat. Special thanks to you, the fan, the viewer that watches us, because we hope you enjoy watching as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. So for now, it is nap time for Mizzle and I, and you have watched episode 142 of the Mizzle and Dub Show. And remember, as always, it's 12:05 o'clock. Some damn where. You guys be safe. Take care.